Okay, thanks for the opportunity to update you on 4 different things. First of all, the IGR on Thursday. Secondly, the very welcome BCA contribution today. Thirdly, the PRRT legislation. And lastly, the decision by Moody's over the weekend. So first of all, when it comes to the IGR on Thursday. The Intergenerational report is all about making the big shifts in our economy and our society work for us and not against us. Our population will grow more slowly, our people will live longer and healthier lives, and our care economy will become an even more central focus in the decades ahead. And what the report intends to do, in a way which is a bit broader than the last couple, is to build our understanding of the 5 big shifts that are underway in our economy and in our society. From globalisation to fragmentation, from hydrocarbons to renewables, from IT to AI, from younger to older, and what that means then for our industrial base, and particularly a bigger role for the care economy. I'm optimistic about the future, but we need to adapt and understand the big challenges which are underway in our economy and our society, and the Intergenerational report will help us do that. And in that light, we welcome the very important contribution from the Business Council of Australia today. We don't agree with every direction that the BCA has proposed. You wouldn't expect us to, but there are more things in the BCA's welcome contribution that we agree with than areas where there is disagreement. If you look right across energy and housing, human capital, institutional reform, there is a great deal of alignment with the Albanese government's agenda, particularly when it relates to the central focus on making our economy more productive. The Intergenerational report will put a more productive economy absolutely front and centre in what we need to do in the decades ahead. To prosper in the coming years, we need to make our economy more productive, not by making people work harder and longer for less, but by combining the things that we know will deliver productivity growth in the coming decades: economic dynamism and resilience, a role for data and digital, a more skilled and adaptable workforce, focus on the care economy and the services sector, and also the vast industrial opportunities that come from our pursuit of net zero and becoming a clean energy superpower. So we welcome the contribution from the BCA. There is so much in this BCA contribution which aligns with some of the things that you'll be hearing more about in the IGR on Thursday. The third thing I wanted to tell you about is that the Treasury is releasing today the first tranche of the draft PRRT legislation. This is a sensible change. It's been worked through methodically to ensure that offshore LNG pays more tax sooner so that we can fund our priorities. We have taken a responsible, methodical approach to PRRT tax reform in order to fund our priorities, whether it be strengthening Medicare and bulk billing or providing cost of living relief for Australians. Our changes are considered, they're methodical and they're responsible, and they're all about getting a better return for Australians sooner. Our model also best combines getting more revenue sooner with making sure that we can get that certainty of supply, and so we can also honour our international trading relationships as well. This will be an important test for the Coalition and for the Greens. If the Greens want the industry to pay more tax sooner, then they'll vote for our legislation. And if the Coalition want the model which best guarantees supply and best safeguards our international relationships, they'll vote for it as well. We will be putting this out in good faith. We are seeking the support of the Senate in particular when it comes to the implementation of the PRRT changes that I announced a couple of days before the May budget. The last thing I wanted to touch on is that Moody's over the weekend has reaffirmed Australia's AAA credit rating with a stable outlook. It is a source of some pride that the first time Australia got a AAA with a stable outlook from all 3 of the major ratings agencies was the last time that Labor was in government. It's very important that we maintain that position because of the implications it has for our economy and for costs in particular in our economy. We welcome this endorsement of the Albanese government's responsible and methodical economic management. We have made some substantial progress when it comes to getting the budget into much better nick, but we also acknowledge that the pressures on the budget will intensify rather than ease. And once again, that will be a big focus of the intergenerational report that I release on Thursday.